How to hand sew a hem. Aloha, I'm Frances Dinnen. I'm a mother of two and I've been blessed with 5 grandchildren. I've been altering, mending, and sewing my family's clothes for 45 years. I'm not a professional seamstress or a blogger, so no subscription to this YouTube channel is needed. I am, however, a volunteer with the Hawaii Association for Family and Community Education. HAFCE is a nonprofit volunteer organization that has operated in Hawaii since 1949, or 75 years. Hawaii is one of 15 state associations in a national association for family and community education. Hawaii also has membership in the Associated Countrywomen of the World. Together with a national membership of over 2,000 volunteers, we support worldwide education and community service projects. This How to Sew a Hem video is a Hawaii-based project. Our mission here in Hawaii is living the aloha spirit to strengthen individuals, families, and communities through continuing education, leadership, and community action. Some of the sewing supplies that you will need to begin this project are a general use sharp sewing needle, a medium weight all-purpose thread, an iron and something to iron your material on, some sewing pins or clips, a ruler, measuring tape, or sewing gauge, the article of clothing that you want hemmed, and a sharp pair of scissors. If you've ever seen this tomato-looking pincushion, that tiny strawberry that's attached to the cushion is filled with metal beads, and it is used to keep needles sharp. Poke your needles into the strawberry a few times to keep them sharp. Ever heard of a no-sew hem? What? Well, to do this, you would need fusible bonding web. Before using this method, consider how long you're going to keep that garment. The adhesive will deteriorate over with washings over time. Here's a short video of how a no-sew fusible tape works on a hem. Keep in mind that not all fabrics are suitable for using fusible tape. This technique works well on medium to heavyweight fabrics that can withstand staining and is conducive to heat bonding. Pre-test a scrap of your fabric and check to see if that desired outcome is what you expected. Working on the wrong side of your fabric, iron a 1/4 inch. Place the fusible tape textured side down on the folded material and using a pair of scissors, cut the tape to the desired length. Iron the tape to the fabric for 5 seconds. Now peel the paper away. It'll leave this sticky stuff on your fabric. Fold the material to the desired hem length and use a ruler if you need to make an even hem line. Hold the iron in place for 10 seconds without moving the iron back and forth. And there you have it. Instant hem. Ta-da! Well, in this video, I'll walk you through 5 steps to hand sewing a hem. Matching colors. Sewing thread come in various colors and weights. Select a general all-purpose medium weight thread that matches the clothing. In this picture, the white thread may be used for all 4 printed swatches. If you are sewing a heavier or lighter material, a different type of needle and thread may be needed. Consult the staff at your sewing supply store. Step 1 down and 4 to go. Threading a needle. A sewing needle has an eye on one end and a point on the other. Locate the eye and draw a single thread through the needle's eye. Pull the single strand through the eye until both threads equal to at least 12 inches. This is called the double thread method. Cut the ends with your scissors and tie a knot at the end. Here I wet my left index finger and wrap both loose ends around that finger once, and then by rolling the thread away and off my finger, I tied my knot. Hems can also be sewn using the single thread method instead of doubling it, as demonstrated in this video. The caution here is to use your thread sparingly so as not to break it or get it tangled. A small amount of thread will go a long way. Here's a short video on how to use a needle threader. Hold the needle in your left hand and the threader in your right. Push the threader's metal wire all the way through the eye. Draw a single thread through the wire opening. Pull the thread through the needle's eye slowly until both threads clear the eye. Or if using the single method, just tie a knot on the longer end. 2 steps down and 3 to go. Prepping to hem. You'll be working on the wrong side of the fabric, so turn whatever you are hemming inside out. Iron a 1/4 inch on the wrong side of the fabric. Or you can finger press a 1/4 inch also. Measure the desired hem length using your ruler, your sewing gauge, or tape measure, whatever measuring device you have available. Using pins or clips, hold the entire length of your hem in place. Three steps down and 2 to go. Stitching a hem. Hold the printed material in your left hand and draw the knotted thread through the fold on the wrong side of the fabric. Pull the thread all the way through. With the needle in your right hand, grab a small amount of the folded material to bury your knot. About a 1/4 inch away, grab a small amount of the top and bottom material and pull the thread up. And here I'm moving from a right to left direction, grabbing the top material and the bottom and pulling up on my thread. So it's just a pinch of fabric. The object is to stitch the 2 layers together. If the material puckers because you pulled too tight, lay the material flat to loosen the stitches. You can remove your pins or clips as you complete your sewing project. The pins are just temporary to help you hold the material in place and to keep the desired length of your hem. You don't want to use too much thread again when you're hemming, because it will again get tangled and it might break, especially if you're using a single thread. So that's why I always used a double thread to hem my children's and my clothes. When you come to the ending, you'll want to tie it off or make a knot. Grab the last stitch with your needle, go through that loop 2 times and tie it off. Cut as close to the knot with your scissors and you're done with the stitching. I was taught 2 different ways to tie a knot at the end of my stitches. The first way was to make 2 loops in order to make a square knot, as shown on the hem that was just stitched. So here's a slow-mo or of that square knot and the 2 loops. So you grab the last stitch, here's 1 hole, you go through that first hole and the other hole, and there you go. Here's your square knot. Okay, the second way that the second knot that I learned, I guess as a beginner, was to go back to that last stitch again, wrap the thread around the needle 3 times, hold the thread with your right hand and then pull the needle to make your knot. I'm going to do that twice so that you can sort of see what I'm doing. So it's back through the last stitch, wrap the needle 3 times, hold the thread, and then pull. Well, we're on our final step, the ironing. What you want to do is you want to iron the back and the front of your hemmed garment to give it a finished look. And there you have it. Ta-da! We did it again. Why so? Well, learning to mend your clothes will help you save money, prolong the lifespan of a favorite garment, and it's good for the environment. The key to learning any skill is practice.